Hey guys, today again I picked a video of a student of mine. As you saw in the video, there are two things I want to point out a lot of junior players do, and that player is young. So young players try to think that they get the power from going too far around here. The problem is, if you already start with too much angular momentum and angular force here, you're going to end up having this. All right, so that's one thing, and that's the cause, one of the cause of having the right arm tucked in and keeping it in here. So now, how to fix it? All right, as I said, there are two ways, two things that need to be fixed. The first one I'll address is how to stop this. So I always tell my players, I put them on any line, and I tell them this line is kind of the power line where they get the power from. So instead of trying to pull from here, they have to stay when they turn on this line with the racket, imaginary. So they can go high, I don't care, they can have this loop here, but they have to stay on the line. They cannot get the power from here. So they learn how to hit from here. The other thing is, what you can do with that as well is to tell the player, hey, position yourself like you would have hit a two-hand, and I'll take your right hand away. So what are you going to hit now? A left-handed forehand, right? Then you explain the left-handed, like the backhand, 80% is coming from that left arm. The right arm just supports, right? So getting the understanding that the right hand supports is going to help the player a lot too. So the one thing I said earlier with the power line, this is the other thing you can do, like let the player get close to the net, you feed a ball in, and they can't cheat, they can't get around, so they actually stay here. They stay here, and then they have to finish up here. So here, the racket head is always above the wrist, they wait, time the ball right, drop it, and up. So this is another way to work on to keep the arms up. One more thing, if the players start with the arms close to the body when they wait for the ball, most likely they will have the elbows close as well. So if you have a nice position where you air it out a little bit, I'll call it, then on the turn you might stay as well more out. So that's another thing, you know, when you see a player going too close, let them start a little bit more and show them that they rotate the upper body against the lower body and that the arms stay out while they rotate. So that's going to help. So the other thing is, as you saw, when his arm was tugged in, he let go of his right hand. That's the only chance that the racket can go as well like this. So if you tell a player to squeeze, if you squeeze a little bit more, it's going to hurt a little bit more to let go here. So that's another thing, you know, you can try, or I try with him, that he's not doing it. But as I said earlier, the young players tend to go around and they will have a swing like this. So another thing that might help him is as well, you always want the racket head above the wrist and the arms out here, as I said, with the power line. And now when he hits, I want him to hit and freeze. So the right arm goes up. So you can put almost a volleyball under the armpit. So every time he hits, I want him to go out more there, so the arms can be in. So you can draw like a half circle, and he has to follow that, and then he has to go up every time to air it out here. So he learns how to go up. That's another thing. What you can do, if you're one of those players who goes around too much here, you can go to the net like I showed you. You can go and do the power line thing here. And the third thing you can do is squeeze the right hand a little bit more. And the last thing you can do is to swing up a little bit more. So those are the things you can do to maybe fix it, hopefully. And I hope that helps those players who do not follow up here and who end up being like too close here. And then one little thing,